Good day everyone. Today we have the 2024 Ford Bronco. This is going to be a full in-depth review of the engine, interior and exterior details of the Bronco. So once again, this is PatrickReyesTV. Let's go and start. And before we start my review video, I want to give a big thanks to Ford Pampanga for allowing this video to happen. The exterior color is known as the Azure Gray Metallic. Door sidings have plastic materials in it, but you have blue leather inserts that matches the exterior color. You have your chrome door handle and your central power locks. And you have your net pocket right on the bottom. And here you have your automatic seat controls, your seat position adjustment, and your height adjustment. You also have your recliner, and of course your lumbar adjustment. The seats are covered in two-tone leather, and you have your Bronco logo embedded on the seats. So, let's go and hop in. Now, as you can see, everything is now turned on via the push start button. But before we go and check out the interior, let's go and check out the exterior first. After more than 25 years of production hiatus, Ford finally released the all-new Ford Bronco. The Ford Bronco has a very rich history from the Ford Motor Company, as this was the very first SUV that was developed by Ford. So before the Expedition, the Explorer, the Escape, or even the Territory, the Bronco was the very first of all SUVs in Ford. In the 60s, the Beatles were very prominent in the music industry, going around the world. The Jackson 5 was also very famous during these times, and the likes of Bob Dylan shook the world with his music. But it's not just music that are being launched in the world. And in 1965, Ford Motor Company released the very first SUV of Ford and the very first Ford Bronco.
Ford Bronco, first four-wheel drive sports car.
The Bronco was introduced as a compact SUV ready to take any off-road adventure. It was a direct competitor to Jeep's CJ5 and Toyota's Land Cruiser. The Ford Bronco spearheaded the SUV lineup for Ford Motor Company and sold over 220,000 units of the first generation. Ford sales skyrocketed due to the release of the Bronco, making it the #1 selling SUV at some point in the USA. By the 90s, where the Ford Bronco is already on its fourth generation, consumers were demanding a bigger SUV, something more convenient and comfortable. And with every beginning comes to an end. The Ford Expedition completely replaced the Ford Bronco, and from then on, the Bronco was completely halted in production. Until in 2021. The all-new Ford Bronco came back to be better than ever and was still marketed as the sport utility vehicle we know from the 60s. And in 2024, it was finally unveiled in the Philippines.
Ford Pampanga brings you the all-new Ford Bronco!
The new Ford Bronco is like we've never seen before from Ford. It has that retro modern combination that really suits to any gender and age. The 2024 Ford Bronco carries forward its rugged and robust design language. In the front, we have the huge grille featuring a horizontal bar design that gives it a robust and commanding presence. We also see the Bronco badging spelled out through the grille, emphasizing the brand's heritage. We also have the round LED headlights that carries the original Bronco design that seamlessly blends through the classic aesthetics with modern technology. The front bumper is designed for durability and off-road capability. It portrays a pronounced, muscular shape contributing to the Bronco's rugged look. On the rear, we have the LED taillights that feature a modern LED design with a signature C-shaped pattern, ensuring high visibility and a unique look. The spare tire is also mounted on the rear door for easy access and emphasizing the Bronco's readiness in any off-road adventures. We could also see the Bronco badging on the rear door, and Ford doesn't really want us to forget that what you're looking at is definitely a Bronco. On the side, the Bronco features a boxy and upright design reminiscent of its heritage yet modernized for today's standards. The wheels come in a 17-inch alloy wheel with all-terrain tires that can tackle any on-road and off-road terrain. The Bronco also offers multiple roof configurations including a removable top allowing an open-air experience. The Bronco also has a built-in side step board for easier access to the inside. The 2024 Ford Bronco's exterior is not just about looks. It's designed to perform in the toughest conditions, offering a perfect companion for those who seek adventure without compromising on style. Its design cues respect the Bronco's rich legacy while integrating contemporary elements that cater to modern day off road enthusiasts. Whether you're navigating city streets or exploring remote trails, the Bronco's exterior ensures you do so with confidence and unmatched presence. The 2024 Ford Bronco only comes in one variant in the Philippines, and it has one engine option, which is the 2.7-liter EcoBoost V6 gasoline engine. It produces 335 horsepower at 5,750 RPM and 555 Newton meters of torque at 3,000 RPM. It is mated with a 10-speed automatic transmission with the GOAT drivetrain feature that basically has different presets for different driving conditions. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour acceleration time is clocked at 6.3 seconds. Mixed fuel consumption rating is at 8.1 kilometers per liter with a fuel tank capacity of 64 liters. So, let's go and check out the interior and shut off the windows. Now, the steering wheel is a 3-spoke design with your side extensions for better grip. It is covered in leather. The steering wheel could also be adjusted manually with telescopic and tilting capabilities. On the left hand side of the steering wheel, you have your cruise control and your volume button for the head unit. And on the right hand side, you have your selector for the gauge cluster. On the gauge cluster, you have your calm screen, fuel economy, trip 1, off-road, tire pressure, and your configuration for the personal My View system. So in here, you could add or remove some screens depending on your preference, and you could always personalize this gauge cluster right here. And as you can see, you have a bunch of features that you could add or remove to your personal screen. On the left hand side, you have your air conditioning vent and your signature Bronco grab handle. You also have your headlight controls and fog lights. And you also have your brightness screen adjustment. And just below, you also have your electronic parking brake. And in here, you have your controls for the head unit and a one-touch button for the camera system. On the right side of the screen, you have a bird's eye view that you can see the surroundings of the vehicle. And in here, you have your USB ports, one Type-C and one Type-A. This one's connected to the head unit for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And also, you have the manufacturing badge right here, which is pretty nice. You have your GOAT system or your four-wheel drive system right here. You have your window controls for all windows or for all four doors. And you have cup holders and your center console with the kind of deep storage right here and a 12 volts DC outlet as well. And in here, you have your 10-speed automatic transmission with manual mode. You could shift it manually via the plus and minus button. And you also have your Bronco emblem on the gear lever. Now for the head unit, you have your owner's manual built in right on the head unit, which is very convenient. You also have your driver assistance. So as you can see, you have a bunch of safety features in here, such as the lane keeping system, pre-collision assist, blind spot monitoring system, the cruise control, and those features are in there as well. You also have your navigation right here built in just in case you need it on your drive. For the settings, you also have different personalizations for your vehicle preference. So you have rear occupant alert, my key, windows, wipers, lighting, you name it, it's in there and you could personalize it. You also have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And on the right side, you have different tabs right here that you could access from phone, trips, fuel economy, off-road settings, tire pressures. Everything is in here in this head unit. Now on top of the dashboard, you have some controls as well, which is pretty nice. You have your different differential lock buttons right here. You also have your traction control and your hazard button right here. Window visors with vanity mirror, of course. Your sunglass holder is right here on the middle. And of course, your LED map lights as well. The head unit is powered by the Bang & Olufsen speakers, which sounds pretty good. And on top, you also have 2 USB ports for better convenience. Now, I'm finished with the front interior. Let's go and check out the rear interior. For the rear door sidings, you have the same materials as well as in the front. You have plastic materials in here and your blue leather inserts. You have your net pockets, and the seats are in two-tone leather color. The legroom of the Bronco isn't the best, as you can see, but the headroom is really good for me. I'm a 5'8" guy and I sit comfortably on the back. In here on the middle, you have your window controls. This one is, of course, fully automatic. And you have your USB ports as well right here. One Type-C and one Type-A as usual. And you have your AC outlet, which comes very convenient for you. And on the middle seat, you have your side armrest with cup holders in here. Very nice. And also you have grab handles on both sides, which is very sturdy. This is for the easy access on getting inside. Here's the view of the front cabin of the 2024 Ford Bronco. It combines modern and retro feel on this one. It's all mainly plastic, but it's really there for that robust and longevity of the interior. And I really like it. So, let's go and check out the cargo area. And as you can see, every time you open the door, the windows go down a little bit to give clearance and opening the doors. Now, before I go to the cargo area, the seats on the back could be folded, as you can see. This is for more storage, just in case you want more space for your cargo than passengers. So that's a nice feature. Now, the back door could be opened sideways. And the glass could also be opened up after you open the door. Now the space in here is quite huge and tall as well. You could also remove the top ceiling in here for that open air experience. And in here on the side, you have your DC outlet as well with your ambient lights with the Bronco illumination light, which is nice. Now on the bottom, you have your tools built in right there, and you have a spare space right there for additional tools. Very nice. And the seats, as I have mentioned earlier, could be folded down. It's a 60-40 configuration. This is for more space and longer items if you need them. So I hope you enjoyed the full tour review of the 2024 Ford Bronco. There's a lot more to come, so please do subscribe, share, and like my videos. Once again, this is Patrick Reyes TV, signing out.